Hey ho, let's flow. Okay, everything in this channel, as you know, I hope you know, is dedicated to getting you, friends, family, loved ones, cats, dogs, whatever you want, into the flow state. So what I'm going to teach you today, I think is going to be very significant and beginning to establish more flow in your life on a consistent basis, okay? So one of the things that we need to understand is you have a subconscious mind represented by this beautiful piece of art, a line. And then you have your conscious mind. Now let's say that your subconscious is taking in so much bits of information on a regular moment. Every moment is taking in 2 million bits of data. But our conscious mind can only take 50 bits of data. And for flow and focus are best of friends. So whatever we focus our attention on, our energy flows, right? We're more likely to establish flow with that. So what we're paying attention on is limited. So we need to make sure that whatever we're focusing on is conducive to what we're trying to accomplish in life, what we're trying to accomplish, our goals, our direction, whatever it may be. We need to make sure that what we are focusing on is the right things. What I'm saying about this is that for a lot of people, what happens is they want to accomplish a specific goal, but the internal strategies that they have, the mental movies, the internal dialogue that they have is taking them forwards or allowing their conscious mind or focusing their conscious mind is maybe not in sync with the goal. It's maybe getting in that sense you're taking one step forward but yet feel to be getting pulled back. So you need to pay attention to the internal language, the internal mental movies that you're doing. And how you can do that is by paying attention, but also by paying attention what's getting shown to you or what you are becoming more conscious of in the external. So let's say that you wait a minute, I realize that I'm playing out this mental movie that's sabotaging the goal that I'm trying to accomplish. So this here, to underline this, is a neuron. I know, it's amazing how good my art is, but I teach flow, not art. So this connection here, right? So let's say this neural connection here is maybe reinforcing something, playing out a mental movie in your mind, the internal dialogue of I can't, for example. And this I can't has a muscle. This neural pathway has a muscle. And this muscle is the myelin sheath, which basically gives it strength, speed. It's easy. This pathway has been established over repetition, playing out the I can't scenario in your mind. But you think enough is enough, all right? I need to have everybody on board here, pointed towards the goal that I want to establish. By playing out this mental movie in my mind, I am feeding the wrong information to my system. I'm focusing on a problem instead of focusing on a solution. So I want to re-establish that. So I want to create a new neural pathway, right? So to create that new neural pathway, I need to understand that this is going to be present for a long time. Always going to be present, essentially. And it's always going to be crying to you for attention. So when you think enough is enough, I'm going to formulate this new neural pathway and I begin to build it out. And slowly but surely, I start adding in this new neural pathway. This old one will still be there. You have to understand that. You got to know that this dark wolf is there to suffocate you and pull you back, always. So, what is it that makes you fall into this old pattern? Even though you're trying so hard to create this new one, this is always going to be here. You want to feed this new one, but something always crops up, right? Well, what makes you go into this is stress, anxiety, feeling a sense of rundown, overwhelm, suffocation, lack of productivity. A combination of things can deplete your energy system and allow you to feel in a sort of defensive state. When you're in a heightened fight or flight defensive state, you're going to go back into old preset patterns and you're going to replay back this movie in your mind then you'll justify it and you'll say, you know, just wasn't for me. I had this feeling that I should go down this pathway. Okay? You bullshit yourself so that you can reinforce this old pathway. But yet, when you're calm, when you're level, when you're focused, you realize that that's not what you want, this is what you want. So to make sure that you don't fall into this trap, you have to understand that emotions play a significant role in it. If you're tired, run down, depleted, you'll fall into old preset emotional habits, responses. If you think emotions are more bodily response to it, heart races, breathing changes, sweat, anxiety, all these things are sort of indications of emotions. And we use feelings, again, these two are really sort of interlinked. It's kind of difficult, muddy water with these two. But if you think feelings are basically communicating what is going on emotionally with our system. So this here can help establish this, but also can jeopardize it. So when our system's in a heightened, anxious, stressed state, we're more likely to go back into these other preset ideas. Now, the cool thing is, right, is that when you learn to work with your nervous system effectively, you will more likely be able to set that new pattern. Because your nervous system really is that marker for you, right? And I'll give you an example. When you are in a calm state, when you are exercising, when you're eating correctly for your nervous system are foods that are generally low carbohydrate based foods, no sugars, you're getting natural light, you're sleeping well, you are accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish, you have a sort of emotional flexibility, strength with yourself, you're going to produce something called brain-derived neurotropic factor. This here literally makes your brain grow. This here helps you have what's called neuroflexibility, neuroplasticity. So it gives you this protein that you produce in your brain when you make sure you don't feel overstressed, when you work on your emotions, when you exercise correctly, when you eat correctly. This is produced in your brain, and it gives you the strength and neuroflexibility to formulate this new goal. When you push too hard and you get yourself in a heightened stressful state, this will get muddied. And this old neural pathway will be reinforced yet again. You need to realize that this will always be present, especially if it's a pathway that you've walked on for so many years. You need to know this is going to be present. So by paying attention and working with your nervous system correctly, you'll be able to create this new neural pathway. Now the markers that I use, the tools that I recommend you use is heart rate variability. I've got other videos on heart rate variability you can check out, right? But heart rate variability will basically tell us how well our nervous system is rested. And when we have that information, we know that we're more likely to be able to sustain this. So to accomplish a habit, we need to understand, right, that there's a consistent push and pull that goes on with your nervous system. And this consistent push and pull gives you the sensation of this going out throughout the day. There's points when your system is heightened, aroused, really switched on, full of energy. And there's points throughout the day where it's a bit sluggish, run down, fatigued. Now this ultradian rhythm, also you can think of it as a weekly rhythm, monthly rhythm, quarterly rhythm, yearly rhythm. So you're going to have points throughout. Now, what that means is that when your system's tired and run down, you have to make sure that you don't fall into the traps, which will be that old thought pattern. You need to prepare for that, essentially. Understand that when I'm tired and run down, I want to minimize any distractions that are going to reinforce that old pathway. I need to make sure that I work correctly with my nervous system. So when it does come up, I have strategies implemented to be able to overcome that obstacle and reinforce the positive direction I want. This is why you really want to get the sense that the journey towards improving yourself, the journey towards creating a life in flow is really like developing a warrior-based mindset. That's what you need to be developing, and understanding that the battle, the cry between the old neural pathway and the new one will constantly be playing out. You must develop that warrior-based mentality. But when you do work with your nervous system, this is your nervous system, and you learn to tune into it, so you work with it. For example, you're going to release this brain-derived neurotropic factor, which will give you the flexibility, the plasticity to formulate those new neural pathways, which will give you the skills to focus your attention on the correct things that you require to grow as a man or a woman towards the goal that you want to accomplish, aka establishing a sense of flow in your life. I think that was pretty good. Did you enjoy that? Let me know if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, keep it to yourself, all right? But this information here really will help you create new thought patterns, beliefs, structures, whatever you want to call it, to accomplish the goal that you want to accomplish. Good luck on your journey towards doing that. And if for anything, please feel free to reach out and contact me and I'll help you. If not, I'll see you guys and girls in another video soon. Ciao for now.